Has been no question about that, Darcy, an event which has attracted a lot of people, as indeed did another event in Auckland today. They call it the Firefighters Vertical Challenge, and it is to raise money for the Leukemia and Blood Foundation. Now, the Vertical Challenge is the last place that you and I would want to do a vertical challenge. To find out more about it, we'll talk to the winner, Stephen Kelleher. He won it last year too. He did 10 minutes, 14 seconds last year. No, last year he did 10 minutes, 50 seconds. This year he's done 10 minutes, 14 seconds. And when he walked in here a few minutes ago, I looked at him and I thought, I know that bloke. How do I know you?
Well, Murray, you were the deputy principal at Takapuna Grammar School. And I attended Takapuna Grammar back in the late 70s and 1980. Did
you come in for a little bit of counselling, did you? Did you come into the deputy principal's office?
I did, and that's where our paths first crossed. I was a little bit wayward back then, but yeah, you gave me a bit of information and sent me on my way. And
was it as a result of that information that you became a firefighter?
Well, possibly. I don't know. Who knows?
What made you become a fireman?
Well, I tried to join the police, but they didn't want me.
Right.
So I thought, well, what else is out there? And I looked at the fire service. I had a couple of friends that were in the fire service. They told me what a great career it was. And, yeah, I've been 18 years in the fire service now, and they were dead right. It's a really
You enjoy
career.
it?
Thoroughly, yeah.
At that time that you were at Takapuna Grammar, there was a relieving teacher who used to come in and do a few days. And he was also a fireman. Very well-known New Zealander, Paul McDonald, the canoeist. He was a fireman for a while, Paul, wasn't he?
That's right, yeah. He left the fire service about the same time I joined.
Yes, yes.
Right.
Well, this vertical challenge, where do you go?
Well, it starts a block away from the SkyTower on Wellesley Street, and you start with a 250-metre run to the tower.
In full gear?
In full gear, wearing gumboots, thick over trousers, bunker coat, helmet and gloves, with breathing apparatus cylinder on your back and mask on your face, breathing air from the cylinder.
How much does all that gear weigh?
About 22 kilograms.
22 kilograms?
Yeah.
So you run 250 metres for a start?
Yeah, just to warm up and spread the field out a bit. And,
okay.
And then it's up
and you go straight up the outside of Sky Tower?
Up the internal stairwell.
Up the internal stairwell?
Yeah.
No, I've always taken the lift myself.
Oh.
I think you'll find it faster than going up in 10 minutes, 14 seconds as well. Have you trained hard for this event?
I have trained hard for it. In the last couple of years I've done it. My training's been a little bit wayward, but this year I've had some good advice. I've taken on a personal trainer, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Rob Kenny from Beachside Gym in Browns Bay and the staff at Browns Bay and management for all the help and advice that they've given me. So yeah, my training this year was fairly structured, and my total focus of my life for the last 2 weeks has been SkyTower.
On that.
So I'm quite happy it's over.
So the race today, straight up the stairwell. Who was closest to you? Did anybody push you?
Well, it's a little bit hard to say because they start us off in groups at 15-second intervals. So the problem is you don't really know until the last runner has gone how close other runners are to you and whether you've won. So basically, you've just got to go hard and give it 100% and all the way, because you just don't know how far in front you are.
How many others started with you? 2, 3, what?
We're starting at 15-second intervals, so I think I had about 5 start in front of me.
Yes.
And then
you ran on your own then after
behind.
15 seconds?
Yes, that's right.
Did you pass the bloke in front of you?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you pass the one in front of him?
I passed them all.
You passed them all?
Yeah. So
you got right up to the very front?
Yes, of my group.
You must have won this easily then.
Yeah, I've yet to find out. There's a prize giving tonight.
Okay, you'll find out then.
Yeah.
Were you surprised that you improved your time this year to 10 minutes 14 seconds as opposed to last year 10 minutes 50?
Yeah, well that's 36 seconds. off a 10-minute event, which is substantial, and I'm a year older as well, so I should...
Yeah, it's a great effort.
Yeah, so I really put it down to the smart training and the personal trainer.
Fine.
I've also had some more advice. I've had a lot of help from a lot of people, actually.
Right.
I've had the Nautilus apartment building up in Orewa. They've basically...
Did you go and train up there, up and down the stairs?
Yep, the management. I managed to con my way in there and, run up and down the stairs there. I've
trained in full kit?
No, just with the set on my back and to simulate the weight that I'd be carrying. I didn't want to run up in gumboots because at my age, running in gumboots is just a recipe for an injury.
What was the cause that you were raising money for?
Right, well, the firefighters have all gotten together, and this isn't just an Auckland thing. It's basically become a worldwide thing now, where firefighters run up towers in their cities, like Sears Tower in Seattle, Melbourne, around the world, cities around the world, and the idea is to raise money and the profile of Leukemia and Blood Foundation.
Penny McEwen is the Communications and Marketing Manager for the Leukemia and Blood Foundation. They're an interesting outfit, this one, because they're a bit more aggressive than most other charities in the way that they go about it. Higher profile deals. You'll recall the 100 holes in a day golf that I was involved in a couple of years ago, and they did it again this year. So for many years they have been able to get people involved in these events. And Penny, there is a real sporting bent to what you're trying to do too, isn't there?
There is. We're just delighted to have the support of the firefighters today. Just like to mention that this chap sitting next to me, Stephen, looks a bit like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Imagine 113 firefighters today.
Yeah, terrific.
Men and women around the country. They've been training for months, and they've also been raising money and raising profile in their own communities.
How much of it is the money? How much of it is the profile for an organisation like Leukemia and Blood Foundation?
Both are essential. The Leukemia and Blood Foundation doesn't receive any government funding whatsoever.
Why?
So, we'd love government funding. Obviously, a lot of great charities, a lot of great need out there. So we survive purely on money raised by people.
What's your role then? What's the role of Leukemia and Blood Foundation?
We exist to provide vital services to patients with leukemia and their families. So, obviously if you're diagnosed with a disease like leukemia, it's major. So we've got nurses who provide face-to-face support and counselling, raising awareness of the disease, educating the public. We provide funding for research, obviously, to look into finding a cure for this thing. We also advocate on issues around leukemia too. So it's really vital, and the money raised today is essential. We're delighted. Last year, these fabulous people raised $16,000 for us. We hoped to better that today, and we were just gobsmacked to receive one cheque today from one brigade that was for more than $17,000 alone. We're still counting the money, but substantially
fabulous.
More than last year, so we're delighted. Thank you.
Well, congratulations to you both. That's been a great day, Penny, hasn't it?
It's been a fantastic day.
Yeah. And Stephen, will you do it again next year?
Well, every year I tell myself when I'm halfway up, never again.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I actually did a team event today as well, so I ended up going 4 times. First time was the hard one. That was the individual event, so that was 100%. The next 3 times were just to really wear me down and knock it out of me. But I was thinking on about number 3 climb. This is really painful. I'm really hurting here. I'm in extreme discomfort, but it's only for an hour or so. And, kids with leukemia and people with leukemia, I guess they go through that sort of pain constantly, possibly for years.
So, Penny, for people who want to make a donation to the Leukemia and Blood Foundation, how do they go about that?
They can call our free phone number, which is 0800 15 10 15, 0800 15 10 15, or they can jump on the website at www.leukemia.org.nz, and all the details are there. Love to hear from you.
What great products as Takapuna Grammar School produces. What marvellous men. It's been a pleasure to have you both in here, and congratulations on what you achieved today, Stephen, and keep up the good work, Penny.
Thanks, Mary.
We'll take a break.
Check out the latest Harvey Norman.